Michael, you know Bel-Air is one of my favorite shows, and that's not just me being a company man, because it's right here on Peacock. I told you from the word go that it was better than the original, Fresh Prince, which is obviously iconic. Well, but it was the wrong. I was wrong for that, and I regret that take. I even got it in my feed that it's better, but I thought about it more as we preparing for this conversation with two of the stars. Is that I think it's not that it's disrespectful to the original, because the original is iconic. It was groundbreaking for a lot of reasons. We know that. But it's disrespectful to Bel-Air, because Bel-Air is so good and so dramatically, emphasis on drama, different from the original, that it stands on its own. It deserves better than to be compared to the original.
Yeah.
And it's so good. My wife and I watch it together. She get on my nerves because she do that thing where she sneak ahead, and she because episode 9 is out now, and she sneaks ahead and watches it without me, but then gets mad if I do the same thing for another show. But that's a conversation for another day. With that, let's welcome in Adrian Holmes, who plays Uncle Phil, Jordan L. Jones, who plays Jazz. They are incredible. The show is incredible. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. And Adrian, I'll start with you, and then Jordan weigh in as well on this. I like to go behind the camera, off camera, and just what the cast chemistry is like with Jabari, with Cassandra, with Coco, with among you guys. It's so obvious that you guys get along so well off camera, and it transfers to on the screen. So Adrian, could you speak to that first, then followed by Jordan, just how you guys are a family off camera as well as on camera?
Well, yeah, as you said, the chemistry that you see on screen is because we all get along, and we all are just we just care about each other, and we're just blessed to be working with a cast that is not only talented, but is just down to earth and grounded and supportive, and we just enjoy each other's company. We hang out on a regular, so when we get to work, we all feel so safe, and it's just cool and easy. And Jordan, I remember when I met Jordan, we had a good conversation. It was episode 2, season 1. We were doing our basketball practice with what's her man name? Lethal Shooter, exactly. And we were right by our trailers, and we just got into good fellowship. We just connected. And I think that we both are products of single moms, and we call God on a regular, and we're just so much in alignment. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's I gotta say, Jordan is one of the real ones, man. I really enjoy his company, and he's really killing it in this role, and as everybody is. I'm just proud to be a part of this ensemble and of this incredible machine. It's a dream come true. It really is very special.
Jordan?
Yeah, ditto, man. I think, one of the things my mom always says is, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And because our cast, seriously, I've been on a lot of productions where it's kind of like, you don't have to, at the end of the day, it's a job. It is. And, it's not a bad or a good thing if you go to work and you come home and you talk to your own friends or whatever. But the fact that I have created all these great relationships with these people, to the fact that, like, I'll tell you guys a story, like, and Adrian can attest to this. There's a lot of times where, like, I might not be working, but I still pull up to set. And
we're like, what are you doing here, bro?
Yeah. And that's how fun it is, and how great everyone is that, like, on your day off, you go to work. So that can tell you how the chemistry is and how close-knit we actually are as a family. And I think that translates on screen, man.
Well, literally, correct me if I'm wrong, I think I heard that Jabari Banks, who plays Will, he actually crashed at your crib, Jordan? He's doing that he was doing it until he went back home in season 2, but he actually crashed at your crib in real life.
Life imitating art right there.
I was going to say, life imitates art, man, yes. At the end of season 1, it was a thing where, like, he was getting a new place, and the lease for his place was up. But he had like a month between in moving. And I was like, yeah, come crash. He actually stayed with me for like a month. That's when, like, we got closer. And it's kind of like how the show is, you know what I'm saying? And after a while, just like the show, I'm like, hey, man, we ain't gonna get up out of here, man.
And he moved into my building.
I know.
Oh, wow.
That's real.
That's real. He's my neighbor now. So yeah, we close. We're all very close.
Mike said off the top, very powerfully how much he enjoys the show and he watches it with his wife. And of course, his wife, she will skip ahead, but we're not allowed to do it. But we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into the double standards here, get anybody in trouble. But he talked about his relationship with the original and what you're doing right now. How about you two, Jordan and Adrian? What was your relationship with the original, and how does that inform what you're doing right now?
Well, the original, it was lightning in a bottle, and it was perfect for the time, and it was a completely different format. It's a half-hour comedy, but they touch on important issues as we do, but they explore it through laughter and the comedy element. Our show, it's a longer runway. It's a 1-hour drama, so we have more time to really get into the characters, to dissect them, to peel back the layers and understand, their origin stories. It's really in tune with the climate that we're in today. Every show is for a time. And I think this show is perfect for this time and for this generation. So we're just so grateful that we get to put our spin on these iconic characters. And that was something that Morgan Cooper said to us all right off the bat. He's like, look, you guys don't feel that you have to, reenact these characters. These are the OGs, we just, learn from them, and we, try to capture their essence and the energy and the vibe, but to put our own spin on it, our own fingerprint on it that relates to, the world that we live in today. And that's why, the younger generation are really connecting and responding well to it, because they can identify with what we're doing.
Once again, ditto. But seriously, for me, Fresh Prince is something that is my favorite show of all time. I watch it every night to go to bed. It's either like Fresh Prince, Martin, like Jamie Foxx show. Like I watched those. Like last night, just watched it to go to sleep. Like seen every episode. So, short story. Like I actually turned this audition down because without reading the script, as my favorite show, I'm like, are they redoing Fresh Prince, the comedy, a sitcom? Like there's no way that can be done. And my manager the next day was like, I'm not gonna let you turn this down. It'll be perfect for you.
Wow.
Read the script. I read the script. And, the rest is history. But I will say that is what it means to me, that I would turn it down because that's how good the show is. Reading the script and kind of to answer your question fully, it's like, talking to DJ Jazzy Jeff, and obviously subconsciously we have these characters embedded in us. Like I know so much about the Fresh Prince, but like Adrian said, like this is a dramatic retelling. It's not a reboot. This is a different vibe. So that's great that they, got a chance to explore during that time period through laughter. But because we're a dramatic take, it's not like I'm in the trailer like, okay, how would DJ Jazzy Jeff, portray this here or what he would do? Because in the original, he didn't get Hillary, and then I did. So it's like I can't even.
Oh yeah, you did.
I can't even
you smooth with it too, man. You smooth with it. So the question is though, Adrian, but I do want to get back to the spin you talked about, Adrian. But real quick, are you going to throw Jazz out? Are you going to throw him out the house?
I was just going to get to that. I was just going to get to that actually.
Okay.
There was a scene in season 1 in the hotel. You remember that, Jordan?
Yeah.
Where you were in the room with Hillary, and I knock on the door looking for her, and I'm supposed to kind of toss you into the hallway. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but I thought that would have been very funny just to pay homage to the original. But
because when you didn't give him love, when he tried to bring it in for the real thing, and you just I felt that as a father, I felt that you were like,
and that would have been a good moment to throw Jazz out of the house right there, just to cut to, and then see him, but again, this is not comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the spin point, I wanted to ask you, as a husband and as a father, what experiences, what perspectives, what black male influences are you bringing to the role of Uncle Phil as a husband and a father? Because I'm really just struck by the theme of reconciliation and vulnerability that Uncle Phil is practicing this season, whether it's with Jeffrey, whether it's with Will, obviously, whether it's with Viv, even apologizing to Aunt Viv after exploding on her. It's just, there's just a lot of examples of like owning your stuff, you know, and repairing relationships. But just generally, who are you bringing with you to this role of Uncle Phil? Who and what?
Well, fortunately for me, I have some very strong, positive black male images in my life, in my own family. You know, and my uncles, they're just so inspiring and great examples of leadership and of just good men. And so I tap into them. I tap into the original OG, James Avery, and what he brought. You know, I watched the show religiously growing up in real time and reruns now. So, I mean, just watching him and just the energy and the vibe that he brought to the role. And then Barack Obama, I also, you know, tap into him and just, you know, just his vibe and his swag, his charisma, his leadership. And I just kind of bottle all that up and with my own, you know, twist on it, and that's what you got, you know. And
love it. But
I really I learn a lot, you know, myself, you know, with every script. I Adrian myself think about, okay, how would Phil handle this situation? You know, even in my everyday life, I'm like, okay, how would Phil approach this? What would he do? Because he's influenced me as a man. So I feel very honored to be, you know, have this role bestowed upon me. And to be honest, originally too, I was hesitant to, you know, jump into these shoes because, again, it's, you know, this isn't just a regular role. It's not just a regular character that you get on a, you know, in a regular audition. I mean, my team was like, you know, Philip Banks, and I thought he was joking. I was like, oh, well, okay, but really? He's like, you know, Philip Banks. And I was like, oh, okay. But then when I read the script, like Jordan said, the script was so good. It was just so well written, so dialed in, so just on the money, and I really connected, and it resonated with me, and it was fun. I just enjoyed every scene that I had to put down for that audition. It was just like I was in a flow. I was just in a real great place with it, and it felt special. It felt different than any other audition that I had. So I was just like, you know what? Whatever happens. I had a good time, and we'll leave it to God, and everything worked out, and here we are. Yeah.
Listen, y'all are blessing us with every episode, and thank y'all for blessing the show. So Jordan, speaking of blessings, what was it like having your actual actress mother?
Yeah.
Because she hid the audition from you, and she plays your mother in the show.
Yes, man, that was crazy because my mom. I mean, I don't really know how this goes, but I'm sure I could have a word and being like, hey, this is my mom, and like I want her to play my mom. But I actually didn't do this. My mom told me after she auditioned that she auditioned, and I'm like, what? You auditioned for my mom? And so of course,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and I just was like, just so y'all know, someone's auditioning for my mom. Her name is Tosha Storage. Yeah, I was like, just so you guys know, that's my actual mom. So I don't know what you know, which way you want to go with this, because you know, in rumors and stuff, you know, you hear certain stuff that like they might want, you know, someone specific to play my dad or my mom, like DJ Jazzy Jeff or Karen Parsons to play my mom or something. I didn't know which direction they were going to go, because we always throw in, we always pay homage and, you know, put people from the original, as you know, Tatiana Ali and others. But they ended up, I didn't double back or anything. Like my mom just hit me up and was like, yo, I got the role. And I'm like, what? And I think the best part about that day was, number one, is that it wasn't hard because it's my mom. So like, that's exactly how we respond to each other, stuff my mom would say, and I'd just be like, Mom, but just chill, like just chill. But I thought, like you said, how like we're all close. When my mom came that day, my mom had the greatest day ever. Like she almost was crying at the end of the day. Simone, number one, everyone was nice, extremely nice and just open and welcoming to my mother, which is all I could ask for. And on top of that, Simone Joy Jones, she plays Lisa. She got my mom flowers, and like it was, and I didn't ask for these things at all, like and that's just how close knit and cool we all are, and they just made my mom feel so at home, and she had a great day. So I'll remember that day forever because I don't see a lot of, I don't know the word, but it's like families. You got Martin Sheen and Charlie Sheen and all these great people. But they've never done something together. You got Denzel Washington, John David Washington. We haven't seen them together, and so I thought that was I thought that was really, really cool, man. And that's one day I'm definitely gonna remember for the rest of my life.
That's awesome, dude. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I was gonna say I'll tell you something else that's really cool. Jordan and Adrian and Michael. What's really cool is like I can't believe we've been talking so long. We haven't even mentioned the obvious. Jordan, you got the best player of all time, his jersey behind you, and the second best player of all time, his jersey right there. I'll let you tell me who's number one and who's number two. What's up with the jerseys behind? You got LeBron and you got MJ. What's up?
Signed too. They both signed.
Number one, they're signed. But here's the thing that you don't know. So in the middle, it's a signed ball, and that's from the late great Kobe Bryant. Kobe.
Oh, wow.
Kobe's in the middle because, for me, Kobe is the best player. Jordan's second. Bron is third. Okay, this is my real answer because, all they're going to pay homage. Michael Jordan is 1A, Kobe's 1B, Bron is 2. That's my ranking because you always got to pay homage to the OG. I feel like if you guys have seen Hercules, I feel like Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan is Zeus, the father. He's the greatest of all time. The Hercules at the beginning becomes mortal and he has to get to that point. But at the end of the movie, Hercules is the one. And even Zeus is like, yep, that's my son, but he's the one. He's about to take over. So that's my order. That's my order. No shades of Bron or nobody. It's just that's my order.
Adrian, you got to take.
Kobe was Hercules?
Kobe's Hercules and
Kobe's Hercules. Jordan is Zeus. Okay, cool. Yeah. And LeBron. Who's LeBron?
Bron is like, Bron is Bron. Like,
he's just Bron.
hey, he's up here. I love Bron to death. Out of the millions of people, thousands and thousands of NBA players ever, me and my friends have this argument too that like if we're talking about top three, they're really all the GOAT in their own way. Like you can't really go wrong.
That's right.
They really are.
Talking about the top three ever that ever play basketball, they're all the GOAT. Like LeBron's
they're all amazing.
Jordan,
they're all amazing. But I gotta go with MJ for number one. I'm sorry, they're Jordan. If I had to pick one for my team, I'm going with MJ. He's just he's like Zeus, He's the greatest. Hey, I love
you. You can't go wrong with MJ, but I think Jalen Rose said this. He's saying if Michael Jordan is the original, then Kobe Bryant is the remix, baby.
Hey man.
So he's the Bel-Air. Huh? He's the reboot. He's the reboot, the reimagining.
And you guys are so incredible. And I know y'all must chop it up about sports because low key Bel-Air is kind of a sports show. Like basketball is at the center of it. You know what I'm saying? Like low key.
Oh yeah.
And Jordan, I know you got some big things going. Both of you guys got some big things popping. I just watched you with Kayvon Thibodeau in a short film called A Commitment from a couple of years ago. Do you still keep in touch? Because Kayvon Thibodeau is our boy. Like at least in our head. Right. We had him on before he got drafted.
That was our draft
pick. That dude was incredible. That was our draft pick.
Like,
do you still keep in touch with him?
He should have been number one.
No, Kayvon is cool, man. We're boys, man. I saw him at the party the other week. Like, it's actually my boy. We talk a lot on IG and stuff. Obviously, we're busy and stuff like that. But, like, dude, it's always love when we see each other. Yeah, I remember I did this. This is, he was in high school. He was, like, doing his announcement on ESPN or something. And we have a mutual friend who's actually the director of the video. And you know how dudes are. Like, once we start talking and stuff, we get close. So we exchange information, and we've been cool ever since. I've been rooting for him too, man. I've been rooting for him.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm a Cowboys fan, so it's hard to root for the Giants, but it is what it is.
I'm gonna tell you what. After I watched it, I'm like, yo, you busy acting and whatnot, but you could be an interviewer. That wasn't bad at all. You could take our jobs. This was as fun an interview as we could have asked for. You guys are one of the GOAT shows. Y'all are crushing it. Congratulations. Please extend our appreciation to your fellow castmates, the entire crew. Love what y'all are doing. Congratulations on season 3, already renewed for season 3 at Peacock. And we're gonna see a lot more of you guys.
And I love your shirt, by the way.
Appreciate it.
Love it.
Got one for every occasion. I had to break it out for y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Brother. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Right.
Thank you.
Guys.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.